Hey, bro, do you know that song by Jay-Z?
Which one, Doc?
You know the one. It's like it goes a bit like.
You gotta get, yeah. You gotta get that dirt off your shoulder. You gotta get that dirt off your shoulder. You gotta get that dirt off your shoulder. Yeah, another one.
Anyway,
You
bro.
gotta get.
Nice. You got it. You got it.
Fucking A,
Yeah,
dog.
good shit. Good
You know, after that first one, I was like, you gotta.
Yeah.
I was like, you better just fucking nail this one. This next one, God, I swear to God, if you're off, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. Nah, you got
So
it. You got
I
it
had
again.
to. There was no choice. It's like, you're in the moment. Sometimes you just gotta hit it hard.
Hard.
That's all it is.
Yeah, keep
But those
going.
bloopers are going in for sure.
For sure. Nah, those are good. I'm sure.
How are you? Firstly,
Great,
I haven't
man.
spoke to you in a while. So
Yeah. I've been shopping around for a new desk, which is not very exciting.
yeah.
But
What desk are you looking at? Because I'm looking at desks at the moment as well.
I'm just looking at a flat surface,
Yeah.
nice and thick,
Yeah.
no drawers,
Yeah.
shiny on the top,
Mm-hmm.
white,
Yes.
1.4 meters long,
Yeah.
and about 75 centimeters off the ground.
Yeah. That's pretty specific. I'm looking for one of those that goes up and down with a fucking remote.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Standing desk.
Yeah.
Why?
I just want to start standing to do videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then sitting to edit them.
They're a lot more expensive. They're a lot more expensive, these desks, than normal desks. And
They're about $600 minimum,
yeah,
I'd say.
for a small one.
That's including shipping. But yeah.
Oh. You can buy them at like Stationery Warehouse.
Yeah, the warehouse got them too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting one of those, but then I was sort of like, I'll probably never use the standing function, so I'm just wasting money.
You think so? Yeah. No, I think I'll definitely use it.
You'd
Sure.
use it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking about getting one of those little.
Like a little like cycling thing?
Yeah, the little cycling chair thing. So
I
you're just
see.
sitting there on your desk like all day, just burning cows. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
That's
Yeah.
you're really integrating cardio into your life at that point.
So yeah, well, I want to get into this.
Okay.
I'm officially 30 days sober, by the way, as of today.
Oh,
so
brother.
1 month complete. 1 month complete, and I'm.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sponsored by Heineken Zero. That's been getting me through.
Thanks, guys.
But yeah, been feeling pretty good, and I think I possibly have quite a addictive personality because now I just live in the gym.
Oh,
I
really?
cut
You
out-
have
I
an
cut out-
addictive
this is-
personality, is that
this
right?
This is also 30 days no vape, so I haven't vaped either. I've thrown that.
Have you vapped though, bro?
Have I fapped
Yeah.
every day,
Oh.
twice a day?
Okay.
I've got to do something. That's what I'm saying.
That's
so
true.
I've had to focus on other things to keep me. I think I'm just severely ADHD and just need to be doing things.
You
So I,
can't
like-
give up too many things at once, I think.
No, I think I'm weird like that. I can go pretty cold and just like leave something if I want
see.
to.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm either on or off. I'm either like not on a bender or we're going on a bender. Like it's either one. I'm not there's no
0 or
there's-
100, baby.
There's no balance in my
Yeah. I never
don't
go
do-
like 50%.
I don't do balance. No, it's a hardcore or not at all.
I see.
But yeah, I've been doing about 2 hours in the gym.
Wow.
Almost every day. I think I'm on an 8-day streak now at the gym.
Jeez, no rest days for you.
Nah, even on rest days, I'm just going in, pumping a little bit of extra cardio to make myself like not stress about maybe having a shitty day.
I see.
Because every now and then you go to the gym and you're like, today's not the day. So then I have a catch-up day for that day.
Oh, I see.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It's
for
like
sure. You double up.
at least once a week I'm going in where maybe I'm training legs and I'm just like didn't eat enough or something, and I'm doing a half-assed workout, and then like on Saturday I just went and did like a couple more stuff on lower back and calves because I skipped the calves on leg day. You know what I'm saying? You got to go get just
Who
a
doesn't,
little bit extra work on the Saturday.
I see.
But
Yes.
yeah, it's been interesting.
So what, you're
man.
doing like bodybuilding style training if you're training calves, like specifically, right?
I just try to hit every muscle really.
Okay.
And if I didn't hit it that week, then I'll go do a little bit extra. But yeah, usually it's push pull legs.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
the classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what works the best for me, I think. And I've been recovering quite quickly as well.
Nice.
So,
That's good,
yeah.
bro. Yeah, you've been committed.
Yeah.
It's finally begun to stuck for you.
And that's what I wanted to talk about as well. Because for someone who's like struggled with mental health for one and physical health another,
Yes.
I got injured when I was in high school.
Yeah, you've told me.
2 major injuries. I got, tore my rotator cuff or whatever to my rotator cuff, and I still feel it today. Never been able to really fix that. And then when I was, it was like 6 months later after the rotator cuff, I also injured like my lower back. So when it comes to benching heavy, squatting, or deadlifts,
Yeah,
I've basically been for the last 10 years being able to do those.
those are the best ones.
I know. So that's always been the struggle for me staying in the gym or being consistent, is being like, in the injuries start to, I either re-injure myself
Yes.
or I just, it's not, I can't lift and it's like demotivating and I don't see results because of the injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And I think about 2 years ago, started really taking physio seriously and doing like mobility work to
Okay.
like just really work on those those areas and strengthen
Those
them a bit more.
postural muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ever since, it's slowly gotten better, and that's why I've been able to basically stay in the gym now for like 6 months consistently.
Nice.
But mentally as well, we talked a little bit about this, I think last week or the week before,
Yeah.
about how people have been hitting me up like, where's the motivation? And I'm like, just be an addict. That's all I've got.
Yeah.
That's all I've
Well,
got.
I've got nothing else to be addicted to right now, so this is all I got. This is the best high I can get
It's the
currently.
best vice. Yeah. That pre-workout dog, I gotta
Yeah.
say. No, but it does take like a mental strength to do that, and it's self-discipline that you really need to work on. But
Yes.
the self-discipline with cutting out alcohol, the vape, and like doing the gym, it's so much at once that was so intense, like having to say no to all of those things, but saying no to all of them
Yeah.
made me like, kept me in check for each one. It's like, I'm going to the gym and I'm not drinking the alcohol, so to do the vape would just be like an insult to the other two that I've done so well on.
That makes sense.
So that's how I've really thought about it, but I know that's a complicated way to
Well, it's just like, I think if it works, it works. But to me, it seems like a bit of a house of cards, because as soon as you pick up the vape, then you might give up the other two too. It's like,
That's- yeah.
I'm already,
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, I've had so many moments in my life that
Yeah, I think it's good that you have done, like, you started to do like that mobility stuff. That's kind of like what I had started focusing on like a few years ago, because I used to do like the your typical like bodybuilding style training, like one muscle group a day when I was younger, but I don't do that anymore. I do like weird, like those ones, like the those pulls, like those like high pulls and stuff like that.
You probably just focus on upper body than lower body, or do you do? You probably do all of them in one day, like.
Yeah, I just skip for lower body.
Yeah.
I do like all of my upper body stuff is either with a resistance band or like push-ups and pull-ups. I don't use any weights, and like I do like chin tucks and stuff like that for my neck. And I do like those Supermans, like on the ground, like the prone cobra, that thing?
Yeah, so that's a lot of the
Lower back.
stuff that I do for mobility as well. Is
Yeah.
those things, but they're more, they're slower movements, but those things. Yeah.
Well, you can't really like load those with weight. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And they don't look cool.
No.
Like doing neck curls at the gym, you might as well fucking...
Yeah, I'm not going to give any examples of what but I do that as well. I do about, so when I get into the gym, I do about 15 different exercises, and it takes me about 15 minutes. It's just like stretching and like doing stuff with your neck, and which I'm again not going to do. And I'm not demonstrating a fucking single one, to be fair.
Right.
But you're just doing all those stretches and stuff, and honestly, I'm not getting injured. Everything's going well. Touch wood.
It's a night and day difference once you start doing that stuff, eh?
Yeah.
I find.
It's necessary. I wish someone said, like, I was talking to someone today who's going to the gym, and he was like, I said I was going to come and join his boxing class soon.
Okay.
And he's like, I haven't He's like, when are you going to come, bro? Why are you like being lazy? Like, why don't you come? I'm like, bro, I'm spending 2 hours a day here. I will be there soon. I just can't manage the time currently. And he's like, 2 hours?
Yeah.
I'm in here 45 minutes an hour. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
you come and do half an hour workout, 15 in the sauna, and then
And then bounce.
get on home. I'm coming and doing like 15, 20 minutes mobility, an hour and 20 weightlifting, and doing 30 to 40 minutes cardio every day.
Yeah.
It's
Taking my health seriously, bro.
well, it's just, results. You
Yeah.
see results and you're like, yeah, well, I mean, I did 300 calories yesterday. I went up 400 today. It's not like I'm lacking in energy. So,
Nice.
yeah, that I think is the only... If you're lacking in energy, like,
Mm.
that's usually because you're not eating enough food. So,
yeah, I'd
if you
say
still got
that's true.
energy, then you still got food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Do you do the smoothies?
Nah, diet currently.
Uh-huh.
Oats and banana in the morning.
Oof.
Then usually hit the gym straight away.
Yeah.
Then afterwards, when I come back, smack a protein shake. Then have chicken and rice for lunch, and then basically whatever for dinner.
Chicken and rice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just I mix
like
up the
chicken and
dinner,
rice.
but the dinner is always
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something nice, healthy.
yeah. I often
Peas.
swap out breakfast for eggs on toast or salmon on toast
Wow.
with avocado.
Salmon on toast. That'll get expensive.
Yeah, that's why it's not often,
Yeah.
especially with inflation, dog. But anyway,
I'll tell you what I eat when I come back from the gym. Well, I don't go to the gym, but when I come back from a workout, I'll get like, you know that red Thai chili tuna?
yeah.
I get that, and then I get a bunch of cottage cheese and I stick that on top.
Yeah.
And I cut up half an avocado and stick that in there.
Yeah.
And I mix all that shit around and I
That's
just
good.
eat it.
Yeah.
It's actually really nice.
I'd have tuna on rice all the time.
Yeah.
That's like a very popular lunchtime meal for me when I can't be bothered making the chicken or if I don't have any chicken left. Straight
Nice.
tuna on rice.
Bro, look at us.
Yeah.
Look at us right now.
We're just old, bro. That's all it
Tuna?
is.
No alcohol wine?
This is so the no alcohol shit has been carrying.
Yeah.
Like the amount of zero beers that I consume over the weekend
Yeah.
because I'm at if I'm going out or something. The best way to not have a conversation with someone is I grab one of those heinies and I instantly peel the label off,
Oh, nice.
and I
Yeah.
just don't say shit to anyone.
I just get it in a glass, dude. That's what I did today.
Yeah?
I had them pour it in a glass for me.
Yeah, that's actually much easier. It's
Yeah.
quite a struggle to actually pull those labels off.
Yeah, they are.
I'm sitting in
Yeah.
there like I look sexually frustrated, just like, trying to pull
Yeah.
a label off. They're like, "You good?" And I'm like, "I'm fine. Everything's
Yes.
fine.
Just leave me.
I'm
leave me
not
alone.
stressed at all right now."
And they're like, "Are you peeling off the 0% off of your beer?" And you're like,
No,
"No."
what beer?
Damn.
But yeah, no. Well, I just wanted to say, yeah, it's challenging. It's tough. I've been sitting, at home alone a lot, and you think, life's boring, life's this, but you got to understand that you are trying to reach a goal that is very difficult to achieve, and when you're not doing, they call smoking as well like social smoking. When you be at a club, you be having a cigarette with someone having a chat. It's
Yeah.
like part of an engaging conversation. When you're drinking, it's like social
Yeah,
drinking. So
I agree.
to be in those social situations and not do those things are quite
It is tough.
it's difficult.
Because it's not about the chemical, right? It's about, when you're in a bar, for example,
Yeah.
you always want to kind of like walk around, right?
Yeah.
You want to be like, you're sitting inside, you had a conversation for 10 minutes, and then you now, if you're a smoker, will be like, oh, I'm just going to go outside for a smoke.
Yeah.
But when you can't do that, then it's like, oh, fuck, do I just sit in
kinda
here now?
just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like when you're in a bar, when you're drinking or smoking, you're always on the move fucking somewhere. You're
Yeah.
either going to the bar, to
Yeah.
the toilet,
Yes.
to talk to someone, or to have a smoke.
Yeah.
When you're sober, you're just in the corner with like
I got nowhere to be.
time just stops. I'm standing there just like, when does this end?
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing here? I'm just super attentive to what everyone in the club is doing. I'm just like, that guy, what's he doing? And I'm just
What do people do in clubs?
Yeah,
What do they do?
weird shit. Especially when they're drunk. I'd never noticed this. I can't imagine the amount of people that have seen me in a state while they were sober and just being like, oh my god, what is that guy doing?
Yeah.
I knew my behavior was
Whoa.
weird, but now I'm seeing people do like moderate shit, and I'm like, that's weird. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh wow, I definitely pushed the boat out.
Well, nothing makes that apparent like going to the club sober.
Yeah.
You really realize like how much of the fun actually depends on alcohol, right?
Yeah.
Because like alcohol just makes everything fun and funny and makes you want to talk to people and shit. But when you go there sober, The yarns you have with people, like, you just can't. You're like, no, stop talking to me.
It's awkward how attentive I am because I'm just watching people walk around. It doesn't have to be that much. I'm just paying attention to everyone. So this guy's like walking up to the bar, you know, he's ordering a pizza and he's checking his phone, and then he gets his pizza and gets his drink, and then goes to the table and goes and talks to these people. And all the mannerisms and like weird shit he was doing to avoid looking awkward or out of place or something while he's doing all these things. I'm just like noticing all of them. I'm like, I hate this.
Wait, you were at the club, weren't you?
Huh? Well, don't go out sober.
Cheers to that, though.
Yeah, freaking fact. Yeah, no, being definitely makes it worse. Way worse. I would say I'm very paranoid then. But when I was DJing on Friday, and there's nothing really to do other than to like stare at people.
Yeah.
And just seeing how people move around was just so interesting to me. Just because I've been spending a lot of time there as well.
At the bar?
Yeah, I've never spent a long time in bars sober. I'm either not there or I'm there drunk. Like, yeah. So.
Oh, you've never worked at a bar, like behind the bar?
Dude, the first thing I do when I get into the bar, I go and talk to the staff before we're about to do an event. Do you know what we all do? Have a fucking shot.
Oh, yeah.
We have a shot.
Yes.
Straight away.
Yes.
And if we're going to go check in with the other like bars that are running that night, where you go hop around, I'm like 4-5 shots deep before work begins. You know? Sometimes we were hosting the pre-drinks at our place before we go to a...
Yeah, so you already go loaded up, and then you have a couple of shots as you walk in, and then you're kind of like mowing through beers for the first couple of hours just to get in the zone.
Yeah.
And then by like, I don't know, for me, there was heaps of times when we would go out and I'd be like ready to go home. Well, I didn't want to, but the security wanted me to go home at about 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens. Do you know when bars open?
Do I know when bars open?
Yeah, clubs. Do you know when clubs open?
No fucking idea.
The clubs we used to run, they open at 10, bro.
Just get turned down.
So what you were saying is that they asked the promoter of the event to turn around and go back home.
Yeah.
You didn't get inside.
Well,
but I mean, being there, dog.
Yeah.
Literally our first full-timer event, I got kicked out of immediately.
Did
we
you?
won't disclose as to why.
Okay.
But yeah, I wanted to just say, you know, it's meant to be shit. You're meant to be sitting there being like, this sucks. Because it does. You're not, because whenever you're feeling like, I've had a shit day, you just want to be like, let's go distract myself. Let's practice some escapism. Let's watch a Netflix show. Let's game. Let's do this. Let's go chat shit with my friends about absolutely nothing. Let's go waste time. Let's go drink. Let's go do that. You want to distract yourself from having a shit life.
Yes.
Or just having a shit day, I mean. So.
Yeah, that went dark. Like.
It is what it is. But it's not going to get better if you don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? This is the point that I'm trying to get to. So what I'm trying to say is that even when it's shit, it's meant to feel shit. So you shouldn't be going through this being like, because this is something I've been feeling. I'm like, honestly, I'm not drinking. I'm working out. Everything's good. I'm healthy.
Yeah.
Like, it's still pretty depressing.
Yes.
So you have to think about, it's not, you know, alcohol-fueled depression or lacking something in your life depression. It's just not fun. You know, it's shit. It's like shit doing shit work. Sorry, I've said that a lot now, but...
I've always found that, like, when I get sick of going to the club, and then I take a break from it, and I get back into those things like a good diet, like gym, reading, kind of looking at my life and seeing where do I want to go, and I get, like, the direction right again, and maybe I'll reach out to some family members and some other friends who I haven't seen in a while. Once I do all those things and everything in my life looks lined up and it's on the way up, I have a really good time in clubs when I go back in for a bit. And then, again, what's going to happen is...
Fall off the wagon
because you start having too much fun at the clubs.
You don't want to be comfortable.
You got too much success in there, and then all of a sudden you just let go of all the things that made it fun. Because you need the foundation, the framework. Well, not everyone does. There's a bunch of dudes who go out to town and have a fucking great time, even though they got nothing going on. But if you take that club life away...
That's what they have going on.
Yeah. If you take that club life away, then they have nothing. And so, I don't know. I'd rather, like...
It's funny you see... I've been seeing, like, so many TikToks. People being like, you know, like, something would happen, or I used to be a club guy or something.
Yeah.
Then I went to war, focused on myself, and like all this like self-righteous shit.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, bro, like I'm the same dude. I'm the same dude. I wish I could be calm. I'm just getting older. I gotta look after my health a little bit. Like, and mentally, it's just not good to be there. It's not because like I've found some sort of answer to the universe.
I'm not a bitter person. I just
basically
can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I'm just like, look, I'm just bitter at being, bitter at being bitter, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all this the self-righteousness is a bit much.
I agree, man. Hey, some new things have happened recently. I want to talk to you about.
Let's get into it.
Tesla
Yep.
is releasing a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I've
You heard about this?
I've been waiting to hear about this because I knew that it was happening, but I don't have any info. So
Here we go.
very excited.
LifeWire. Tesla phone, news and expected price, release date, specs, and more rumors. Now, before we read it, Tesla's got pretty good history of releasing products, right? Like their car was rated like best car in the world, right? And there's a lot of area for improvement in the phone game.
Mm.
So I was sort of thinking, this is going to be great. Like,
So
I
much
wonder-
area for improvement.
Yeah,
But it's basically a monopoly.
100%.
And then there's just those other weirdos like you.
Yeah. I don't rock a Samsung nor an Apple phone, just for anyone who's wondering. I'm not going to say what I've got. I'm going to keep it a good, well-kept
It's hard to
secret.
pronounce. We'll just say that.
I don't know how to pronounce my phone's name, by the way. But anyway, so the Tesla phone, okay, so I'm going to ask you this.
I'm a proud owner of the Apple Club. What's going on? What was that? Oh yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry. Continue.
Okay, so let's assume before we read any of this stuff, what would you want to fix about phones? And I'll start. We'll go one each. All right. First one, I want a battery that doesn't fuck out after like a year. That's one. It's my most important.
It's so funny. Okay, so after a year, yeah, that's a tough one.
Mm.
That is a tough one.
Mm. What would you change about a phone if you could? Like about what phones do nowadays?
Just speed, I think, is a big one for me.
Speed?
Yeah, my phone randomly just quits. I'm faster than my phone.
Okay.
I'm way faster than my phone.
Yeah.
My phone is like, I'll be typing and shit and moving between apps and uploading content and it just crashes. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, what
Come
is
on.
this?
So you want it more powerful?
Yeah, I think a more powerful phone would be,
Yes.
yeah, like step it up a little bit. Yeah.
So
I don't need a fourth camera
yeah. Why do I
Or
need
you to-
3 cameras?
or you to take away features of my iPhone, like being able to plug headphones in.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's another one. Headphones. Like, why can't we plug those in anymore?
Do you own headphones you can plug in?
Not anymore.
Neither. I don't own headphones you can plug in.
No, that's a lie. I do. And my phone does have a 3.5mm jack.
It does?
It does.
Yeah, okay.
But, like, this brand of phones, if you guys know it, they keep the 3.5mm jack for that reason.
Yeah.
My phone also has an IR blaster,
What's that?
meaning that I can control a TV with it.
Oh, yeah.
TV, your heater, just whatever has got.
I think honestly
remote for
I'm
it.
pretty close to switching, so I'm glad that this is happening.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because Apple, its user interface that I'm comfortable with and I've been using for so long,
Yes.
it's difficult now to move over when the argument isn't settled that there are better phones out there.
Yeah.
If someone's like, the Tesla phone is so much better than the Apple phone, I'll be like, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm willing to learn a new user interface for guaranteed better experience.
100%. Well, that's why I switched over to Android.
Yeah.
And for the first month, I actually downloaded a iOS emulator, which meant that all of my icons and everything, all my menus were the
I
same
know a
as
lot of
iOS.
people that do that, yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to get used to it. But anyway, let's read up a little bit about this one. If we could just zoom in a little bit, bruv.
Release date.
All right. So, has circulated the internet. How likely is the smartphone release? No credible sources. Okay. Tesla has a history of releasing interesting, though still on-brand. Okay, can we scroll down a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. There are a few primary reasons we're questioning whether this phone is due for an actual release. Okay, maybe we scroll past that.
Tesla watch coming soon. Okay. Definitely not. Smartwatches and phones are yesterday's technology. Neuralinks are the future. Right. So he's not making a phone?
No, he's not making a watch.
He said and phones.
Oh, yeah.
He said smartwatches and phones are yesterday's technology.
Well, what it said in this article that I found
Release date
interesting
estimate. Okay.
is that,
Some estimates provide ambitious release of 2022. It's more likely we'll see it closer to 2030. So that's basically the release date with it. Phone price. Let's check out the price. 800 to 1,200. That's pretty standard.
okay. Pre-order?
Pre-order. We know how that goes with Elon Musk. So you can pre-order now. Probably you're not going to see it for a while.
All right, let's see the features. This is supposed to be the best bet. What do we got?
The battery's got to be better, right?
That's got to be the first.
That's got to be the first thing they got to fix. Solar charging is one.
What's
Satellite internet.
Nice.
Vehicle control. This is all. If you
Yeah.
own a Tesla phone, duh.
Of course.
That makes so much
No
sense.
question about it.
I have such an issue with cars. Like, I swear after a while the Bluetooth function just stops working.
Really?
Like, with other people's cars that I've been in as well, or
Yeah.
friends of mine cars, and my car now as well. I have to like sometimes reset it just for it to pick up the phone, where it never used to do that. It used to automatically connect. Now it's...
Well, if it can connect to my Wonder Boom every time I'm nearby, then surely the car should be the same, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, if you've got, and the last one there, there's crypto mining and also Neuralink support.
Yeah.
So once you've got the Neuralink, you can just control that bitch on the
Yeah,
phone.
well, that's what I'd get the car.
Yes.
The Tesla's the next car I'm buying. There's no argument there. I want a Tesla, and if the phone comes out and the Neuralink comes out, chip me, baby. I'm ready.
ready to go.
Chip me up.
Actually,
I wouldn't let Bill Gates chip me, but I'll let this guy chip me.
Speaking of the Neuralink support,
It's the South African thing.
you I know you're the content king, but I watched a TV show the other day, and it's a movie, and it's called Spiderhead. Have you heard of this?
No.
Spiderhead. It's
Is
got
that Channing Tatum?
Liam Hemsworth in it.
Oh.
No, is it Liam?
It's
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth.
Is
Chris
it?
Hemsworth and
Yeah.
Spiderhead. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but what it is it's this company testing these brain drugs on people.
It's new on Netflix, right?
New on Netflix.
Yeah.
And they've got like a thing on their lower back, which is similar to like what pregnant women have on the epidural. It injects like painkillers straight into their spinal cord.
Oh, yeah.
But they've got a bunch of chemicals in there and they're testing them on people. And basically, what's his Hemsworth? Chris Hemsworth.
Chris.
He's on his phone. He's
You
basically
talking about fucking Thor?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's got on his phone. He basically has different chemicals, and one of them is called like love actin, and he can just crank it up, and then that person feels like in love or like super present.
It's all chemical, isn't it?
And it's all chemical. And so he's just and he can like make people go to sleep. He can make them angry. He can make them relive experiences and shit like that. So it's a cool movie. You should watch it. But it's looking like if we do get hooked up to this Neuralink, that will probably be what life is like. You can just turn up your gratitude, or you can turn up your focus, or you can turn down your anger and shit like that. You know what I mean?
If
full control.
If it's equipped with those chemicals that you can potentially release,
Right.
unless the computer's somehow able to control your brain in a synthetic way.
Could just fire different synapses in your brain.
Yeah.
Right? So it's got electrical current.
So
all
no
through your
need
brain.
for chemical then.
Nah.
Right.
Nah.
Does that mean that you could then increase the dopamine to the point where it feels like you're on morphine?
Probably.
On
I'd say
heroin
so.
without actually having any of that damaging stuff happen to your body. Like I said, chip me up.
Well,
Imagine us during the podcast and I'm just like,
one of the things that makes heroin
turn up my
dangerous-
heroin.
One of the things that makes heroin dangerous is the fact that you're dumping a bunch of that chemical into your brain at once.
This is my problem with Neuralink, right?
Uh-huh.
If you have it
Yes.
all the time,
Yeah.
does it not go away?
What?
When you do a ton of drugs, right?
Yes.
Your serotonin basically it's like the same as taking steroids, right? When you're giving yourself testosterone, your body stops making it because it thinks it has it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's like
Start to get
it's like the
bitch
same
tits.
concept when you're trying to lose trying to lose fat. When your body thinks you're running, you're burning calories. It's telling you maybe like slow down because you want to burn your food resources. It's like you know.
Yes.
So when you're taking drugs and your serotonin's going through the roof because you've taken some MDMA,
Yeah.
the next day
Yes.
feels like shit.
Yeah. Your
because
baseline is lower.
because your baseline is low, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
will your baseline decrease when you're getting technological dopamine
Probably.
or serotonin
Probably.
release?
I'd say it would.
Would it?
I reckon it would. Because, look, a drug isn't giving... Like, heroin doesn't give you dopamine. It allows your brain to release the dopamine it's already got. You understand what I'm saying? And so you're flooding the dopamine you've already got stored up all through the brain. And then taking more heroin's not going to make you produce more dopamine. It's still going to take the same amount of time for it to come back.
I think with a Neuralink, you could possibly reverse it.
Yeah.
You could program your brain to think that you do not have enough testosterone, so that your body would produce more.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I think that's where it would probably be helpful. So when you don't have enough serotonin, your phone can analyze that, and instead of providing something like MDMA
Yeah.
type of feeling to your brain so that you can feel happy,
Yes.
it's going to maybe be able to convince your brain that it needs to produce.
Yeah, it can just
More.
say to you, "Hey, bro, take a rest for the next 2 days. Just relax, read a book, maybe look at the sunrise,
No, that's not what I mean at all.
meditate a little bit, drink a green tea."
Self-help shit, read a book.
You know how your phone tells you to breathe?
I was just talking about this shit. Fucking hell. Club girl does yoga now. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up, dude.
Shut up, dude. Should we watch that clip?
Yeah, let's watch the clip. This is us talking
is a-
about brain chemicals.
This is a perfect segue. Perfect segue.
So anyway, we found this clip. You think it's fucking hilarious?
Do you know that they say if you have lots of muscle glycogen, you use the glycogen, your muscles actually...
Shut up.
Thanks, Chris.
Shut up, dude.
Shut up, dude.
That's boring as fucking all get out.
Dude, come on, let me speak. Let me be...
Glycogen.
Well, look over at me, first of all. Don't
Dude,
look...
hey, glycogen is fucking boring to talk about. Dude, hey, let me tell you something. I'll look at you, but when I turn my head, you better be in a lab coat. Because you're talking about glycogen. Now, if you're not in a lab coat, you have to stop talking. Would you look at that?
Hey,
So anyway, my dopamine receptors were overused.
Yes, the neurons that typically fire towards my endorphins through the cerebral.
The medulla oblongata.
Yeah. Speaking of drugs,
Yes.
I've been trying to cover this story for like 3 weeks now, but we just talked so much shit that we didn't get through it. So,
We never did.
Gail, I'm pretty keen to pull up that Canada story. So, I'm a pretty big social media user.
Is that right? Super
and-
user.
Yeah, and I would say I've become way more of a user now.
Uh-huh.
Because instead of just seeing things and being angry about them, I get to bring them to this podcast and talk shit about people, which is,
Yeah.
I got to say, this podcast has really been a bit of therapy. For
It's
me.
therapeutic.
It's
yeah.
very good.
I agree.
So yeah, please like and subscribe. But if you don't, we'll keep going anyway. So this Canada thing. Obviously, what happened in the US with the US gun laws, and we talked about this last week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to get into that, but I'm talking about comment sections here.
Oh.
Around this time, I think Canada also brought out a law. Can you just search this up as well? Fact check me, Gail. Regarding their gun laws, or their gun laws were referenced during this article. I think we could actually just look at these comments. So Canada to decriminalize cocaine and MDMA for 3 years.
Wow.
So
It's a bold move.
yeah, this makes complete sense to me,
Mhm.
if you know how. Where do you buy your drugs from?
Me?
Where would people buy their drugs from?
I don't buy drugs, but if I were to buy some,
Yeah.
I would probably message the sketchiest person I knew.
I'm so sick of people fucking texting me.
Just that eye contact.
George, you gotta stop texting me, dude. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So by illegal means, really, and
Yes.
the money's usually going to people that
The
you
bad
know.
guys.
So when you decriminalize something, or if you when you decriminalize,
Mm-hmm.
it's not legal, which means you can't sell it, but people are no longer getting criminally charged for it.
Yes.
And that's only really for the people that use it recreationally.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't like you can't be using a shitload. You'll get done for intent to sell
I see.
if you have a lot of drugs.
Right.
So it's basically the one guy that has a pill at a festival.
He's fine.
He can go and take his pill and get it tested and be
Mhm.
like, okay, I'm taking MDMA, which is not fantastic, but it's not bath salts, so I'm not going to die.
Okay.
I know how much I can take. I know how
Yes.
much is contained in this pill,
Yes.
which is like with the Neuralink, if you were able to release, you know how much to release for that your brain can handle,
Okay.
which makes taking drugs a lot safer, and people are going to do it anyway. So I'm personally on board, so I see the benefits of it.
Okay.
Do you have...
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, assuming it's decriminalized, where does your average drug enjoyer buy their drugs from?
Where from, if it's decriminalized?
Yes.
Same places, bro.
Same place?
So if it's legalized,
Uh-huh.
then you can get it from, I guess, a pharmacist.
Yeah,
which
liquor
you would,
store.
which you would get a prescription for, or
Gas station.
gas stations. Yep, I imagine so.
Uh-huh.
Dude, do you remember when they used to sell weed at gas stations?
That was bad.
What the fuck was that about?
That was bad.
That was nuts.
Did I tell you I got picked up by an ambulance the first time I tried those legal
the synthetic
highs?
cannabis?
Yeah, dude.
What was it called?
Illusion.
Illusion. There was
Illusion.
another one as well.
K2?
K2. Yeah.
Yeah. That one like killed people.
Bro, $15 used to roll up to the dairy.
Yeah.
We
Get a
used
little
to
baggie.
Get our friend's older brother to go in there.
Yeah.
And this dude was only like 17 or something, but we were like 15.
Yeah.
Go in there, $15, no ID,
Mm-hmm.
just buy this shit,
Yeah.
bring it out to us, and we'd go smoke it, and we would just hallucinate in the field for 8 hours.
It was bad, man.
Ridiculous you could buy that shit legally. Anyway.
Anyway.
People actually die from that, so that's not...
Yeah, I'm glad that stuff got
That's
taken
not
off the market.
that wasn't regulated at all. This I guess would be.
But what you're saying is, okay, so we're decriminalizing it, meaning that, your average drug enjoyer is not going to get in trouble. But it does create more demand. So if, okay, all those guys who, go and make a bunch of shoddy pills because they know R&V is coming up, and then they roll up to R&V and wait in the car park with 1,000 pills and then flick them all, and they don't give a shit they don't care what's in them, and they make a bunch of money. Now imagine how much more business they would get if everyone who's at the festival knows that they can't get in trouble for having it. Only one guy can get in trouble for having it, and that's the guy with the 1,000 pills.
Yeah, so it does create a demand, I see.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. So I think the only way this can work is if you had regulations for selling it, and you can give people an option of where to buy it, where it's safe and tested and all of that sort of stuff. Otherwise, you're just increasing the size of the underbelly, the black market.
Yeah, and I guess this was also the major problem that we talked about with, the older New Zealand population legalizing weed.
Yeah.
There's a big issue there. Whereas decriminalizing first would have been fine, but decriminalizing harder drugs like this, the point that you may get caught for having cocaine is maybe why you wouldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So a lot of people wouldn't do it because they're like, hard drugs, hard time.
That's right. Yeah, A class, you're going to jail.
Yeah,
You know?
basically. So, yeah, the argument basically, this is uni lad, but I think most of the
Favorite
most of the
source.
people, no, this is the general public. this is not a good source for news, but it's a really good source to see what the general public think.
I agree.
Because this is people arguing with each other on the internet, and you get every sort of possible argument or perspective on there. And you'll have a science guy coming, well, actually, it's fucking blah, blah, blah. And then
That's
you have
me.
another lady just being like, yeah, that is you, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be scrolling through TikTok and just see George ripping someone up. Well, actually, that's not how you cut a pizza, and it's been proven. And here's my source. And then someone else will be like, fuck you, that's not how you cut pizza. And that'll be the argument. So here, a lot of the comments have been the country, Canada, the country that never sleeps. Most of them have said, Canada, no guns, but you can do drugs.
That's pretty cool.
And it's like, that's their argument, like, can't believe it. You can't buy guns there, but you can do drugs. And this just goes back to the argument of drugs are majority of the incidents that happen with drugs, but would you consider them to be self-harm?
I don't know, man. Probably.
Versus guns?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, drugs, you just don't do them. They're bad, but they're just
Really good.
It's kind of like
No, they're bad.
it's kind of like eating an unhealthy diet.
Yeah.
Right? You're doing it to yourself, you're not harming anyone, and you're just making your own bad decisions, which you should be allowed to do.
Mm.
You know?
That's my point.
Mm.
Now, drugging and driving,
Yeah.
that's a different thing.
Different story.
Alcohol's
entirely.
legal. Drinking and driving is not legal.
Correct.
So a lot of these arguments of like causing harm to other people,
Mm.
most people that are fucked up on MDMA and cocaine are only a danger to themselves and their friends' ears for what they have to fucking listen to the absolute shit
And
ramblings
any
coming out of
potential
your idiot
investors.
friends. Idiot friends. Yeah, potential investors. These poor business partners, what they have to go through.
Yeah. Yeah. That's who's at most risk
Yeah.
is potential investors. Anyway.
You're killing me.
All right, what we got here? In addition to this new legislation, the government of Canada will require long-run magazines to be permanently altered so that they can never hold more than 5 rounds, and will be the sale and transfer ban the sale and transfer of large-capacity magazines under the criminal code. Okay.
So I'm just saying the most comments that I saw on these pages is that people find it actually ridiculous that they would do this. That Canada's doing this. It's a Canada versus America war in the comments. That's what's going on.
This seems reasonable to me.
Yeah, but we're pro this.
Yeah.
So there will be someone that'll be like, how fucking dare you?
Yeah. I'd say this is probably not restrictive enough.
Mm.
You know?
But this is just a whole bunch of glycogen people in the comments. Just sharing their fucking opinions.
I've got a something recently happened, and I don't have a link for this, but I think Gail will be able to find it. So recently, if I remember correctly, the U.S. Supreme Court has made a new law where people who identify as women or men, but that wasn't their assigned at birth gender, cannot compete in the opposite sex's sport games unless they began their transition before puberty.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Scientifically. I mean...
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah? Thought?
So
Is there more?
No, I still think that. So you know about the girl who I don't know, just wiped the floor, who was previously a boy in that swimming competition? Like took like some medals, whatever.
Yeah.
I forget her name, but
They love taking it back to sports.
yeah.
I don't mind using non-sports examples, but go on.
Well, there is one other
I got
good
you after
non-sports
this.
example. But so anyway, so I watched this documentary recently called "What Is a Woman?" I think I told you about it.
Yeah, we did talk briefly about it.
And one of the people that they interviewed was like a female athlete who had gone to school with 2 trans female athletes, and she was training super hard and all of this other stuff, and she'd only ever got 3rd place in any competition because both of these athletes would always win 1st and 2nd. And that, she said there was a bunch of other like female athletes feeling all the same way. And so I suppose in the US they decided to outlaw people from competing if they've just transitioned recently.
Let me assume there was outrage.
I don't even know, dude. I don't even know.
So-
Probably.
The problem is that now, the only thing that stops you from becoming a woman, is you saying it. You don't need to physically change anything. You don't need to change your sexual orientation. You can, be a guy, but I
Mhm.
guess you're a lesbian. So now I'm a girl that's a lesbian, and I
Mhm.
don't have to go through any surgery. And I everything about
Mm.
my life, I can now say that I am a woman.
Yes.
And there's nothing.
You
there's
don't need
nothing-
to be passing, as they call it.
There's no qualifications required.
Mm.
There's no what's another word for qualifications?
There's just no requirements.
no requirements. Yeah.
Yeah.
To become a woman now, and
Or to be legally classified as one.
yeah.
You know?
But the argument is that if you don't accept me as that, you are a bigot.
That's right.
What, do you get arrested for being a bigot?
That's what they tried to do in Canada, right? Like that's what Jordan Peterson became famous for. Is the government could persecute you if you misgendered someone on purpose. So if they say I'm a woman, you say no, he needs to get out, or
Right.
no, you're not, you're a man. Then you could get in serious trouble for doing that, for deliberately misgendering someone.
Is this legit? So this is
Yeah, that's what he got famous for.
so he talked about it, or he
Jordan Peterson went out against this new legislation
I
and
see.
said, I will not allow the government to compel my speech.
That's right. And every day
Yeah.
that someone tries to cancel someone,
Yes.
I believe more and more in free speech. The right to say anything,
Uh-huh.
unless it is defamation
Mm-hmm.
or inciting something
Mhm.
that's potentially dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything that you can't say.
Yeah.
And I listened to there's a guy called Gard Saad.
God Sard.
Gard
I know
Saad.
God Sard.
You know him?
I know him, yes.
He is a he writes books.
Yeah. He's a thinker.
He's a thinker. But he talks about the psychology a lot, and he talks a lot about this subject in particular.
Yes.
And he said he is Jewish,
Mhm.
right? And they are Holocaust deniers,
Yes.
right? And even though that is probably the most insane thing to think about, is for someone to go and say the Holocaust never happened, your family wasn't affected, it's not real.
Mm.
He said that he does not care
Mhm.
that those people say those things. Obviously, it affects him, it hurts him, it's bad. But he would rather life be that he allows Holocaust deniers to exist than to take away their opportunity to deny it.
Yeah, I agree with that. And
So
actually,
this is someone that's personally affected.
that
And
happened
I
to
feel
me.
exactly the same way.
Recently, that happened to me. I was deeply affected by something recently as well. I watched a TikTok of a girl mocking people who drink long blacks and short blacks,
Mm.
and she was saying things like everyone who drinks a long black, and then she was like impersonating them, being like, yeah, I don't know why people drink coffee with milk in it. I just like to get things done. I'm just drinking it for the energy. Like, oh,
Yeah.
why don't you just get a milkshake then? Like, and mocking people, because I have said some of those things myself before. Admittedly, I have, but I watched it. I didn't laugh. My comment was, yeah, that stuff's all true.
Yeah.
And that's all I said.
Yeah.
And then I just let it go.
Yeah.
If you like milk in your coffee, yeah, you can make funny videos, you little bitch.
Yeah, the point, dude.
No, okay, no, I'm gonna stop doing that. You're gonna have to bleep that out, guys.
The point is that even at the most extreme,
Yeah.
you have the right to be offended.
Yes.
You do not have the right to have to change someone else's opinion.
Absolutely.
You have the right to try,
Yeah.
but you must accept if someone's like, I disagree.
People have the right to offend you. That's the thing.
Yeah.
People have a right to offend you.
That's right.
You do not have the right to not be offended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's my. I uploaded a story this week as well, which basically justifies my thinking of when it comes to really trivial things that become really big issues, which is one of my biggest pet peeves on earth.
Oh.
When someone makes a big deal out of something that's really not a fucking big deal in the grand scheme of things. Now, in this video, actually, Gail, I'm just going to send it to you. So, this video is basically just a stand-up comedy bit, but it basically just explains how I feel. So
Okay.
We'll,
Nothing makes fucking sense. Life makes no sense. You're on a planet right now. You think you're in America?
zoom out.
You're on a space rock floating in nothingness, infinite nothingness, and the infinite nothingness is expanding. That means endlessness is getting bigger. That makes no fucking sense. We all just act like it's normal. Like, oh, everything's made of molecules. Okay. Got it. I'll never think about that again. I'm made of molecules, you're made of molecules, the air between us, it's all made of molecules. That makes no fucking sense. These molecules know they're molecules. These molecules are like, I'm Pete. That doesn't make any sense.
So that's a pretty good way to explain how my feeling towards it. It's like, I'm a man, I'm a woman. I'm like, you're just a fucking thing.
You're a life form.
You're fucking molecules.
Yeah.
When he's like, I'm Pete, it's like, what the fuck are you even talking about? You're Pete. I'm Josh, or I'm Trosk. Like, you're just giving yourself names anyway. So that's anyway.
I completely agree with that guy. I think about that sometimes.
I think about it all the time. It's quite stressful.
Especially when I watch like space stuff.
Yeah.
Like about space and about people like looking at other like planets and that. I think we talked about this before, but all the scientists and stuff who study other planets, all they're doing is like, we're on this planet, we don't know why. Let's just like look that way and see what else we can see. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll help us figure it out.
Yeah, 100%. It's so funny when I'm talking to people, and this is now a reaction of mine, is like, someone will be talking about something that's just so insignificant. And it doesn't have to be that insignificant. But I'm not trying to be rude, right? But in the grand scheme of things,
Yeah.
is it really significant telling me the story about like how your dog pooped on the carpet or something? It's like, it's not important, right?
Yeah.
Like, we are on a space rock, flying through space.
That's true.
I mean, this podcast is pointless too.
Absolutely. That's what I was going to say. We might as well just wrap up like right now.
No, but the point is when you're upsetting yourself or other people,
Yes.
or getting upset about something,
Yeah.
it's like, that's just your body having survival instincts, which you have set the parameters for.
Absolutely.
Of what upsets you. You allow yourself to be upset. That's like
Anytime anyone gets upset about something from now on, just say to them, bro, zoom out.
Zoom out.
Zoom out a little bit.
Zoom out.
You're still in a country with free-flowing water.
Yeah. And
just zoom out, bro.
it's when you look at things like, as well, like freedom in America. My freedom means everything to me, and I understand that because there's nothing more than I want than freedom. I have no bigger fear than being in jail and someone being like, you have to do this every day.
Yeah.
I don't even want to be at work. That is like jail. You go to work and someone's like, do this. I'm like, dude, no. We're on a space rock.
Yeah.
Zoom out.
Yeah.
You know what? That's what I want to say when someone.
You want those spreadsheets, bro?
Yeah.
Zoom out.
Fuck you, dude.
I'm gonna try that with my boss.
The fact that it's so difficult to get a green card in America, it's like, you don't fucking own those soil. Those soil molecules. It's my land now. I changed my mind. I'll fight you over it. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's yours, is it? Oh, cool. I don't see
really?
your name written on it.
You're not in America. You're on Earth.
Yeah.
Zoom out. You know what I'm saying?
Screw
I just
these
thought
guys,
about it,
bro.
but it answers so many questions. And so many arguments is just like, actually, it's not really relevant, is it? The amount of war and hatred and shit that goes on in the world just for it all to be irrelevant is
Well, we're also all gonna die, which means that all of it's irrelevant anyway.
That's my point. But the thing is, let's just make it enjoyable while we're here.
Yeah.
Is my point. Like,
Yeah.
let's not talk about the trivial things. Let's talk
I
about
agree.
the things that are, that do mean something to us.
Yeah, if
you
a
know?
man wants to be a woman, go ahead. Wear a dress, wear
That's
the wig,
fine.
eyeliner, whatever the hell you want.
I don't give a shit,
I got
dog.
no problem.
Exactly.
Hey, but if I have to call you a lady, I don't think you can't make me do that.
You can't make me do
I will.
anything.
But you can't legally make me.
Yeah.
I would happily do that for you.
You can't legally make me do shit, actually. Because
Yeah.
we're on a space rock. Zoom out. New Zealand laws, zoom out, bruh.
That's right.
Yeah. I follow the laws of the solar system, which means that I am born, live life, and die.
I
That
am
is what I am here to do. And
I'm
everything else
supreme.
is irrelevant.
That's right. But you know what's not irrelevant?
Tax? Zoom out.
You know what's not irrelevant? Is you guys need to subscribe to this goddamn channel.
Fucking A. What is going on?
Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, you're here.
Yeah.
You're watching.
You're watching.
Press the
Clearly, if you've made it this far, you must like what you're seeing.
Surely.
So, to all of our loyal fans, all three of you,
Yep.
we want to say thank you for staying with us.
Yep.
This is episode number 11. We love doing this. We're going to keep doing it.
We actually love it. It is. We will not stop doing this. It
Nope.
is so much fun, and I think we're getting a pretty good hang of it now as well.
No
so
doubt.
if you guys are liking this stuff, just try and help and support us. It's free. Give us a like.
In whatever way you can.
Yeah.
Post a comment. Hit the like. Subscribe.
Share it.
Hit the notification bell. Oh, sharing, that might be too much of an ask. But, if you want
If you
to
think
do
it's
it.
funny and you think your friends will find it funny, then share it. If you don't, then don't.
And, yeah. Till next time.
Thank you so much.
Woo!
What? 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 Get that. Get that. You got it?
Still can't get it. Hey, bro. Do you know that song by Jay-Z?
Which one, though?
The one that goes just like...
I don't know when to come
Bruh.
in, bro.
Just come in like after like
gotta
first,
just enjoy
second
you,
time.
You gotta get that. Can't do it, bro. I can't.
Okay.
I give up. I honestly... I picture up.
All right, last try. We're abandoning this bit.
All
We can't
bloopers,
get
all
this time.
bloopers are going in.
All right, come on. Let's get ready. Hey, bro. Do you know that
Too much pressure.